What's up, everyone?
Hey guys!
Andrew, Kirsten, and River Steele here.
Woo!
We're actually filming this video in Grass Valley, Oregon right now, on the side of like some highway out in the country. So you might hear some semis. We got some cows in the background. Anyways, we're on our way back to Redding, and we just want to take the quick minute to just share with you guys an update and exciting news that we're joining Burn 24/7 Ministries. Some of you guys have seen all the updates and what Kirsten and I have been up to since going to the School of Ministry at Bethel, and just how we've gotten involved with Burn, and that's who we actually went with, Sean Foyt, the founder, to Iraq back in May. And briefly, if you guys don't know what Burn 24/7 is, it's a global missions, worship, and prayer movement started by Sean Foyt, and he actually is from Montana like Kirsten, and he was on the East Coast, and it's just the non-denominational worship and prayer movement. And they actually have 300 bases around the world, a bunch of them here in the U.S., but they also have furnaces, is what they call them, also overseas, and they use them in missions as well. And the whole idea is just to start a Burn, a house of prayer and worship in your city, and you unify the city around simple worship and prayer of Jesus. And Sean Foyt, the founder, started this about 10 to 15 years ago, and he's seen just amazing fruit as it's opened doors into like unreached countries all over the world, but also here in the States. And it's been a dream of ours to join it. And so, Kirsten, why don't you tell them a little bit about this past year for you?
Yeah, so as many of you know, I interned for Sean this past year. I knew of Sean back in my STN days and found out about him in 2013, and I just loved what he was doing with worship and prayer, and just taking that simple worship and then just using it all across the nations as just a way to bring the gospel. And so Andrew and I were both so impacted by him back when we were at STN, and as many of you know, I was way into leading worship there and doing 24-hour worship with the church there, and just my heart for worship and prayer is huge. And so it's just been an awesome honor to intern for him this past year in my third year at the ministry school at Bethel. And so part of my internship was launching the Burn in Redding, and so now I'm directing that. And so it's just been really cool just to see God unifying the churches all over Redding, churches from all different denominations through worship, and just seeing worship really unify the body, and then through that transforming our city. And so that's what I've been doing in Redding, leading that every month, doing 12 to 24 hours of continuous worship every month since November. So that's what I'm going to continue to do after my internship ended in May, but I'm just continuing to volunteer and direct the Burn here, and then also serve Sean and his family. And then Andrew will be interning for him next year. So you want to tell him?
Yeah.
About
So after this year, and Kirsten got an intern for him, and I was in my second year of school, they brought me in basically into the family, and just helping Kirsten as she got to lead that Burn here in Redding. And now I've actually had the awesome opportunity to intern for Sean as well this coming year for my third year of ministry school. And it's going to look a little different for me as Kirsten continues to direct the Burn in Redding. I'm actually going to be helping Sean and the Burn 24/7 team launch the long-term missions base out of Redding. And so as Sean has moved basically his ministry from the East Coast to the West Coast, and his family has moved to Redding, they've decided they really want to set up home base there and kind of have the headquarters be in Redding, and they've asked me to be an intern and help them use our background with surfing the nations and missions and everywhere that God's taken us all over the world to now help direct and run and launch this new missions department. So I'm super excited. It's a dream for both of us. I mean, if you would have asked us years ago when we had Surfing the Nations if this is what we'd be doing, as we first read Sean's books, and he was a hero of ours back then, and here we are invited to intern and serve his family. It's a dream come true for both of us, and we're super excited. And so that leaves us with some big decisions we had to make. And as Kirsten had baby River here, she's decided stay at home and be a a mom at home, and I'm going to continue to work while I intern for Sean. But with that, Sean has actually invited us to a bunch of ministry trips this year, which is amazing and super exciting. Just like we went to Iraq, he has dreams of going all over the U.S. and doing different worship conferences, to ministry events, to outreach, to also going to the nations. And he's invited us to come along with him and just learn and also minister and serve as we go. And so for us to be able to say yes, again, so blessed that we have my job. I work part-time, considering the school is almost full-time in this internship. So I'm keeping my job and still working from home early in the mornings, and then the afternoons will be spent serving Sean and Burn 24/7, and Kirsten will be a full-time volunteer. So just after praying about this and feeling like this is the right thing, and we just want to give Burn 24/7, you know, our all and be all in. We've prayed about it, and we've actually decided to open it up again and to ask for monthly supporters. And what that's going to look like is just reaching out to our friends and family who've supported us monthly in the past when we were at Surfing the Nations, and new friends and families that have come along the way. And what that's going to look like is any support that we get, we're just going to use it only towards ministry trips. So again, my job has been amazing, and it's providing for this little nugget here, and in getting our medical bills and all that covered, and living expenses in Redding, and it's just enough for that. But in order to go on these ministry trips, which include, we didn't even say that, we're going with Sean to Switzerland to help at a worship conference in August. In September, we'll be going to Portland to help with a big event called Portland 2018. October, we'll be going to North Carolina to be meeting up with friends and family, but also with the Burn headquarters there in North Carolina. November, we'll be going to Texas for all of our Texas family and friends. There's going to be a big ministry event conference that Sean is asking us to help with. And then going all the way into January, we're being asked to go and help run the child sponsorship program in India. And so that's another video for another time. We're already coming up on 7 minutes, but yeah, there's a big thing happening in India with child sponsorship. If anyone's been following what Burn 24/7 is doing, they're actually launching kind of like a Compassion. They're launching a child sponsorship program in India where they've taken in 1,000 kids that people can commit to supporting monthly. And so that's super exciting. We're a part of that. Helping launch that has been crazy, to say the least. But in January, we've been invited to go back out and kind of go on the ground in India. So anyways, with all that to say, with all these trips coming up, it almost felt overwhelming, but we know, you know, if God's on it, he's going to provide. And yeah, we're just humbly opening this up to monthly support. And again, any monthly supporters that we get in, all the money is going to be kept in a fund just for Burn 24/7 and used just for airfare and lodging on these trips, on these ministry trips. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we just love for you guys to pray about partnering with us, but more than anything, just we love just to invite you in on our journey and just what we're doing, and just are so thankful for all of your support and prayers, and we love you guys.
Yeah. So signing out from the grass fields in Oregon. See you guys.